this for a second. Swirling this time. Oh.
Something's working.
It is, but sure, it's still not going live on Instagram. I give up. I give up, lads. I quit. Anybody want to take over Double D's? I quit.
I'm keeping all my hands down here.
You'd love to. You'd love to. I know. Welcome back, everybody. This week's episode, which Muireann still can't get right, of Double D's, because this seems to be the way it is. A huge thank you to Turk Stars. I can't even say it that much now this evening. This is going to go really well, Eadaoin. This week, I have the absolute pleasure of being joined by Eadaoin, who is an incredible woman. We're going to find out all about her now in a second. She runs Suil Liom, which I know a little bit about, and I know that Shane has gone down to see, but I can't wait to find out more. So, Eadaoin, will you introduce yourself to the Equitas generation, please?
Of course. So as Muireann said, I'm Eadaoin. I'm the founder of Suil Liom Equine Learning Centre here in County Limerick. And that's probably what I'm most known for, especially in the Equitas side of things. But I'm also a social care worker and an equine assisted learning facilitator. So that would be my main role, as well as everything else in Suil Liom.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's me in a nutshell.
And come here, was it always... Did you grow up with horses, I suppose, we'll start off with? Did you grow up surrounded by horses?
Yeah, I did. So I grew up on a farm. So I grew up on a farm. So I think we always had some kind of pony in the field. Well, some kind of something in the field anyway, you know. And then it was slowly but surely I was trying to convert everyone else into the horsey side of things, and as quickly as possible away from maybe some of the other sides of farming. So we got there eventually. We're here.
Love it. And well, that kind of fits perfectly then, doesn't it? Was it always kind of the goal to set up something like Suil Liom? Was it always something that was in your head, or did that develop naturally?
Yeah, you know what? It was always the goal. It didn't always have I didn't always have the exacts around it, what it was going to look like or what it was going to be. But I knew from a young age that I was getting a lot from horses, and that connection kind of helped me through everything. And it was only then, I suppose, in secondary school, and looking towards what was next, that I really wanted to see, was that just me, or was it something that could be recreated for other people so that others could benefit from it. And in particular, I suppose people within the disability sector would be the area that I had shown the most interest in at the time. So it was kind of a case of, how can I bring the two passions in life together, and the two areas I wanted to work within together, and see what we could do with it.
I love that. And I know this is such a naive question, and there is 100 million different answers to it. But where do you even start? Where do you start with the yard, with horses, with, I suppose, even insurance? That must have been colossal and terrifying, all rolled into one.
Yeah, absolutely. And the amount of times that I was thinking about doing something and then going, oh my God, I can't even, because you don't know where to start. So it's 10 years in the making, and then I finally made a push. But I was always taking little steps towards it, you know. So even for college, I went and did social care to try and learn more about people within my community that might have an interest or might benefit from being out in nature, being with horses. And then went and trained for the equine assisted learning side of things. The training was probably the easiest bit, because the setting up and the building of everything is not my forte.
And what does the training consist of? I've done some BHS exams, but obviously are they completely different? Is it a totally different setup?
Do you know what? There's a little bit of that in terms of safety and welfare of horses, and how best to work with horses. But a lot of it is around personal development and making sure that like we're okay to work with people and we're okay in ourselves to then go and meet with someone where they're at.
Oh, I
And a
love
lot
that.
around, yeah. And I loved that side of it. I didn't at the very beginning, like 18-year-old Aideen was like running from that, but you start to sit into it a little more over time, you know.
Yeah. Well, now, in fairness, 18-year-old anybody, if they're looked like look inwards and tell me about yourself, like, oh, Jesus, I certainly wouldn't have done it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
So, how then, like, did you set up on the farm at home?
Yeah, so like my brother and my dad are still farming here at home, and we have like a small farm. It wasn't like we had, a yard ready to go kind of thing. So thankfully they're
Yeah.
both still farming, and we're working off of, it's about 3 acres at the minute. So it's not anything big, but
I
we're
love
able to
that.
work really well off of it. Yeah. And it worked really well for our setup then, because it meant we could start with what we have and make a viable business out of it, as well as, being able to offer it out to everyone within the community straight away, pretty much, So we
Love
built, yeah, so we just kind of built as we went then. So every time we were meeting a new cohort of people or we had a new visitor, if there was something they told us that they needed to best, I suppose, get involved or feel supported, that we'd do our best to start putting that in place. So it was kind of built with everybody that was coming, rather than us building this like facility and not taking in what people needed, because it was just
Oh,
something that I was very conscious of in social care, that there's a lot of these state-of-the-art facilities and it doesn't fit for the people that want them.
and they're terrifying. And if you've social
Yeah,
anxiety and you have to walk
yeah,
into one of those, my God. I watched
yeah,
a TikTok today, and the irony of it made me equally terrified and laugh at the same time. So she's an English lady and she runs a yard and she does
okay,
things a little bit differently. And she gets an awful lot of hate on TikTok, as TikTok seems to do
mm,
sometimes. But she made this complete piss take, Aideen, and it was basically the rights and wrongs of the rules of her yard. And she was like, I wish I could remember her name now. I can't think. I'll see if I can tag her in this. I'll look it up when I'm done. Because I actually saved the TikTok. I don't save many of them, but I saved this one. And it was all equipment, all buckets, all hay nets must be pink. You are not allowed to, yep, you are not allowed to eat in my yard, to drink in my yard, because I don't want to dispose of your rubbish. So if you want to do that, you can leave the yard, have your lunch, and come back. You're only allowed in between 9:30 and 4:30. If for any other reason you need to be in after that, you need to have written permission. Should all these what I thought was going, what? What?
yeah,
What is this? She actually had a piece at the end of it where she said, unfortunately, these are rules that I have seen in other livery yards that I am just
yeah,
bringing to people's attention. These are not my yards. But it's so lovely to hear you talk about how then it's built around the community and what people actually need and want to get from it, rather than, oh,
mhm.
there's Laura there now and I only telling her earlier on about sending TikToks to each other. There you go. I know, Laura, it's mad, wasn't it? But it just, we're obviously on the same TikTok algorithm, whatever
Yeah.
is going on with that.
I want to be on
But
that
like,
algorithm.
oh, sometimes you don't. There's a couple of odd ones now come up on mine that I go, no, I don't, hold on now. But it's so lovely when you hear somebody so passionate about their job and so loving in all that you do. But it's loving towards the people and the horses and wanting to get that connection and that communication.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? Like that TikTok, I've been to yards in Ireland that I've seen some of those rules. And I've even growing up, like going to riding schools and, trying to feeling like you're trying to fit in to this like picture of what like a horsey
Yeah.
girl looks like or what the equestrian is or whatever. and it's like it's so much pressure and it just doesn't fit right at all. So if for nothing else, I was like, I'm gonna be comfortable here. So anyone else that comes through the
Oh,
gate should get to feel the same, you know? It just didn't make
it's
sense in my head.
like it's just lovely. Like I was very, very lucky growing up. Like I had really lovely riding schools. I obviously hit
Amazing.
the jackpot with the ones around me because they they were my second home. Like I
Yeah,
literally grew up in them. Like, but when I hear some of the stories, like it actually terrifies me a little bit. And
yeah.
even some of the like again, I now I would consider myself quite an easygoing person in some respects, but like I've been in and out of the same livery yard in even Kieran Cal's for 10 years, give or take. And like again, I am blessed. But to hear people and they'd be coming in and they'd be telling stories of yards that they've come from or previous yards they're in.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Oh, I
yeah.
couldn't be dealing with the pressure and the oh, I just want to enjoy my horse. I just want to enjoy
That's
them.
it. Yeah. I'm just here for a good time. Like
Exactly. Like life is hard enough. I just want to knock a bit of crack out my horse when I do actually get time to ride it. Like it's
yeah.
mad. It's just so
Yeah.
what does a day in the life of Eadaoin look like then? Obviously exceptionally busy.
Um Yeah, a little bit of chaos, a little bit of busyness. But do you know what? I feel very lucky. Like a day in the life is we actually just recently moved into our house that we just built. So a day in the
Oh,
life now
amazing.
looks a little more calm. Yeah. Um,
Okay.
it's a lot of work on the house and then heading down the farm to all of the animals
I love it.
and getting ready for the day. So most of my days are at Suil Liom, and it's kind
Yeah.
of a mix of either group work or one-to-one clients. Um,
Okay.
and every session can be so different. So it's tricky then to like pinpoint what any one day might look like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm also very lucky to head out some days and get a break from the yard as well. And I work
Which
with
is
a young
very
man.
important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I get to do so with a really cool man. I work with a young man, um, just supporting him to live his best life, I suppose. So we head out and do some activities and some I go to work with him and volunteering and that kind of stuff as well. So that's really cool
Love
work
it.
as well. And that's more the social care side of things for me as well.
Yeah. It's such a lovely marry between the two, though, isn't it? I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
think. My nephew goes to a yard in Wicklow. He is going to kill me because I can't think of the name of it.
It's
Tina is the lady that
probably
owns.
Festina Lente. Oh no, is it not?
No, it's not. It's not. Oh, this is going to drive me mad now, Aidan. He's been in it for years. I've been in. I only collected my
Amazing.
niece in it last week. Oh golly! But he does a couple of private lessons, and they're lessons for kids with special abilities. And you know, I don't get to go up very often. And when I do, do you know what? You walk into the yard and you literally just go, this is
Yeah.
lovely. Like you can nearly feel the shoulders going, and it's such
Mm.
like it's a busy yard. There's lots of people coming and going. There's lots happening. There's horses everywhere, but it just has that vibe, and I get the feeling that yours is the exact same. It
I hope
just that
so.
little. Just oh, I guarantee you it is. Guarantee you, even just from yourself and your personality, like you can feel it. But is it? And this again, I apologize, is probably a very naive question. Is it
No, not at
only for
all.
people with special abilities?
No, so we are open
Oh,
to everybody and anybody that feels they would like to explore working with horses or even just being
yeah.
in a farm environment because we are based on a farm as well. Um, so it's cool to see the different people that have wanted to get involved. Because as I
Yeah.
said, like I suppose my background was working within the disability sector, so it was kind of like working in that area and naturally clicked with some of the people that I was meeting then in that area. But like we met so many cool people from like some people that are just, you know, out working 9 to 5 jobs and want that. I kind of like to re-energize at the end of the week, almost like to refuel and to be out with the horses.
Yeah.
So that one's really cool. And like loads of lads from like some of the homeless services nearby, loads of like children's services and youth work, some like really cool people that just you'd be amazed by their life stories, you know.
I love it. And like, I'd love that. I'd love sitting and talking. Like, shockingly enough,
Yeah.
would be like,
Yeah.
but to listen to those stories, like, I always find it fascinating. And yes, myself and Laura are actually going to go and visit you. There you go. We've just
Yes.
invited ourselves. We're going to appear in on
And
top of
Laura's
something.
not yeah, and you're more than welcome. I don't think Laura's too far from us in terms of our home house. So happily, any day you want.
We just appear in something. Like, what are the women doing here?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I love hearing, like, I think the equine industry has an awful name for nearly being closed doors. And some people within the industry might even be known for being snobby or elitist or that kind of. And I always find it fascinating that people assume if you have horses, you're wealthy. We are not wealthy because we have horses.
Yeah, our horses are wealthy, not us.
Exactly. They're the lucky ones, guys. But I love that you're opening it to everybody. There's no boundaries with it. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I will say that like there is like you and I both know we're very privileged to have been afforded the opportunities we have, you know, to be around horses, to get that chance to follow our interests, you know. And it's definitely still a barrier for us, but it's something that we're actively working towards, you know, that we're just hoping that if we can get up and running and get our heads above water in terms of like it being a viable business and gaining enough attention from the right people that can support us, that we can make it more accessible to everybody, because it is still a barrier. It's an expensive hobby. It's an expensive sport. Regardless of what level you're at as well, it really is, isn't it?
But and you're dead right. Like even the very basics of horse care, they're expensive.
Yeah,
That's the way. Before
absolutely.
you travel to a competition, before you do a lesson, before like, and I'd love, and I have, I've been sitting on an article, I'd say for about the last year, and I can't decide if I come across as an absolute bitch or if I'm just being realistic. It's right on that line. And I
I
keep
feel
going,
like I'll just think you're realistic. I'm the wrong reader there.
yeah, well, I would hope people would know me well enough at this stage to know that I am trying to be realistic. But I think we put an awful lot of pressure on ourselves, and we put pressure on ourselves with these mad expectations that other people have or what we perceive they have. And like, even I brought Fionn to the Leash Branch Irish Draft Show last Sunday. No, yeah, not the Sunday just gone, the Sunday before. And it was in Stradbally. And do you know what, Aidan? I didn't want to go home. I would have spent the entire day in it, right? Because it made my day, right? So they had the National Hound Show, they had an endurance ride, they had the Irish Draft Show, and then right down at the very bottom of Stradbally, like there's beautiful cross-country courses at Stradbally, but they had this derby jumping, this clear round jumping. And myself and Fionn said we'd wander down and have a little look. And there was a little one on a cob. And the cob was just hair. There was hair everywhere. Now, it was stunning, absolutely, like so beautifully turned out. And the young girl's parents were standing just down from us, right? And now I'm talking, this girl must have been 7, 8. Her legs didn't go past the saddle flap, right? They were right on the line of the saddle flap. And the father was actually running around the course with her, like running jump to jump, right? And between the legs going and the hair going, and she was going, "We can do this, we can do this." And she jumped. I actually thought I was going to cry. I was like, this right here. And then the brother went out afterwards, and then I did start crying because his pony stopped and she was cheering for the pony and the father was cheering for the young fella and the young fella's legs were flying. And it was I actually went up to them afterwards and I said, "Ye have made my day. Ye have made my whole entire
I
day."
love
Like
that.
they were just unbelievable. And the two of them came out beaming, absolutely beaming. And it was just the
Amazing.
loveliest. I say, I hope they never lose that. Like the two of them were
Yeah,
so determined
yeah,
and so, but just loving it. Just loving being out with their ponies.
yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if it was because they were cobs and they were just beautiful little fat hairy cobs and they were they actually just made my day. They were, and like I
Oh,
wouldn't be
I
very
love
good.
that.
Oh, Eadaoin, you should have seen them. You should have seen them. Like, oh, Jesus. But that actually brings us on very nicely to our main
Yeah.
topic. Would you like to tell people what we're going to talk about? I'm very excited about this one now, I have to say. I like these.
Yeah. Well, what is on my mind most weeks actually is the value of like spending time with horses and growing up with horses in particular. Because obviously we have a lot of kids coming in and out of Suil Liom and getting to spend time with horses sometimes for the first time, and then sometimes we get to see their progress. So the main
Oh,
topic today is chatting about the value of growing up with horses. Probably with a little bit of like all of those lovely lessons that we've all had to learn along the way with horses as well, because we've all had those days. It wasn't all sunshine and
boy.
rainbow.
Doesn't that make it though? Like,
It does.
what's that? You know that post that's going around? It's on every time I open Instagram. It's on it at the minute. And it's raise your daughters. Oh, something. Raise your daughters as horsewomen because they'll teach them more lessons than any boys ever can, or something. And I'm like,
Yes.
yeah,
That
right
is
there. I don't know.
100% true. Yeah.
Oh, like, so tell us, what was your first pony?
So our first pony was a pony called Dusty. She was gorgeous. Little Connemara.
Oh, cute.
Obviously a little dun, hence the Dusty. Yeah. Now, like one of those ponies that a real old pony by the time we were showing interest, by the time we were like 4 or 5 kind of thing, and just like
Yeah.
plodded around the fields, you know.
Oh,
Um, so that was my
weren't they
first.
beautiful?
Yeah, that's it exactly. Like just you could trust them with your life, you know.
Oh.
What about you? What was your first pony? Did you grow up with ponies?
I did. I was very, very lucky. I don't come from a horsey family at all, at all.
Okay.
And my dad is quite eccentric, right? And I hate it. Like, I'm
Okay.
not saying anything I haven't said to his face. Everybody knows I adore my daddy. But dad decided that, so I'm the youngest and I have 2 older brothers and an older sister. And dad decided before we started going off and traveling the world that we had to visit every county in Ireland. That was
Oh
his thing.
wow, what a
That's what he
feat.
wanted us to do. Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, when I say dad gets down an ocean and then you just have to go with an ocean and that's it. But of course,
Brilliant.
everywhere we went, there was horse riding. So we ended up doing pony trekking, and I was really, really like, when I say I'm privileged, I hit jackpot. So about 10 minutes down the road from me, there was Fanning's riding school, and anybody that grew up in Carlow knew Fanning's. Basically, there was at the time there was 2 riding schools. There was Fanning's and there was Burgess's, and I was lucky enough to grow up in both of them. And my house is kind of smack bang in the middle. So dad, in his wisdom, decided I was, oh golly, what was I? I was about 11 or 12, I'd say. And dad went to a equine dealer, let's call this lady,
Oh.
in Laois, and explained that his daughter was taking a great interest and all the bells and whistles and all the bits and pieces. And he was sold I'd say he was about maybe 16 hands. Now, I was 5'2" when I was 11 and I grew no more. Like, that was me. So, cute, giant beast. knew nothing about keeping horses at home, had never had one of her own, had no clue what was going on. So when Dad tells this story, he tells it with a lot more expletives than I do. But we had the horse for 2 weeks. We had it on 2 weeks trial, and he didn't put a foot wrong. His name was Brownie. He was gorgeous. He did everything I wanted him to do. And Dad reckons the day the check cleared, he turned. He just turned. Now I reckon we probably actually fed him 2 weeks, and he got away with murder, and he just knew what he was doing. But he ended up just being way too much for me. I couldn't cope with him.
Yeah.
Couldn't. He was just too strong for me. He'd book me off, and then I'd cry, and then he'd knock me out, and then I couldn't catch him. He was just, for an inexperienced horsey family, he was just too much. So in fairness to the lovely equine dealer, she actually took him back, and she gave us a beautiful, beautiful big mare, a big, I'd say probably Irish draft type mare, who was absolutely terrified. And we discovered, we had her a couple of weeks, and she was very gentle, but very, very scared, and didn't like my dad at all. Couldn't be around men, didn't like enclosed spaces. But we ended up, she went a little bit lame, and we got the vet out, and she actually had old scars and quite deep scars on her legs. They reckon that she maybe could have been tied by her legs somewhere at some stage. So in the heel of the hunt, and in true chaotic Muireann style, she was getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And I was doing lessons, and they were saying, oh, you need a bit of starvation paddock, and you need to reduce. And I was like, I'm 12, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Basically, she was in full. So we went out to the stable one morning, and she had this stunning, I still have her picture up in my sitting room, actually, this stunning big black colt foal. She was gorgeous. So we then sold the 2 of those, and they went to a really nice family over in England, actually. And we got June. And June is the pony that I write all my articles about, that have put all my manners on me repeatedly and consistently. She did it well. She was absolutely gas. She was the funniest, quirkiest. She was brilliant. She was absolutely brilliant. And I was really, really lucky. So I sold her, when I grew out of her, I sold her to a friend of mine's dad. We actually, when I think back, sweet Jesus, I brought her to the mart in Bottom Glass, and I cried the whole way there, entire way. And I was way too big on her. It was time for her to go somewhere else. But I was really lucky, because Louise's dad arrived in and saw me sobbing in a corner, not wanting to sell my childhood pony, and he bought her, and he kept her. And when, I'll never forget it, in fairness to him, talk about people being good, when we went to load her up for him to bring her home, he said to me, I will never sell this pony without giving you first refusal on it. I don't care what happens, when it happens, but if we ever choose to sell her, I'm going to contact you first. And it's
a
mad.
Gentleman.
Well, wait till I tell you, right? I'll be 40 next week, right? And for my 30th, so it was this time, thank you, it was this time 10 years, I got a phone call. I was standing outside the back door here, and I got a phone call, and he was retiring June. June had gone through the nation. She had more kids in the RDS, and she was a cracker pony again. She was a little dinger. And she'd had a couple of foals, and it was time for her to live out a happy retirement. And he rang me. And he said, look, I always told you. And I said, yeah, do nothing. I said, I am going down to my mum and dad's this evening. I won't be able to collect her. Do absolutely nothing. I'll be down in the morning. I don't care if I have to walk down or up. I go down.
Stop, you left me crying.
Wait, it gets better. It gets better, right? So I went to my mum and dad's. Fionn was only tiny. She was only 3 at the time. Was staying in my mum and dad's that night. And at the time, Park was coaching a rugby team here in Carlow, right? And he sent me all these videos. I was like, why is he sending me videos? I assumed they were rugby videos. I was like, why is he sending me these? I don't want to see the lads training. What's going on? He had sent his dad down. His dad had collected June and they were on the way home. So when I got home the following day, June was here in Ballyharmon. Well, when
Oh my
say
gosh.
I sobbed, Aidan. I sobbed. And I have all like, so Fionn then got to grow up with June. So I have like a picture. Geez, I'm going to start crying talking about it now. I have a
I
picture
don't blame you.
of June and Fionn in the Tullow show, which would have been my local show growing up. And he had my first pony saddle, but June's first saddle. He had Porrick's, my husband's communion jacket as his show jacket. Standing with my dad under the same tree. So I have the picture up in the sitting room and it's me and June and dad and then Fionn and June and dad. I just love it. I just love it. Now, she was a cheeky little shitbag and she would put manners on anyone. She was gas. If you couldn't ride, right? If you got up and you were really, really nervous, she'd barely try. Like barely. And she'd nearly go so far as to look back at you to make sure you were still there. Like, are you all right? Are you okay? Let's go again now. Okay, let's go again. Like she was unreal. You got up with an attitude. Oh, God love you. Oh, she'd give it right back. Like she was gas. Gas. Like. And I'd love to know. So the man that had her, he sold on all the foals. But I'd give my left arm to know where some of them are. Because if there were anything like June, the people that got them were so lucky. Because she was hilarious.
She sounds incredible. Oh my God. And is that not every girl's dream to like get your childhood pony back after you've sold them? Like it's like something out of a fairy tale for us.
She is like, now she unfortunately passed away last year, but she passed away really peacefully here with us. Like me sitting beside her, we knew it was coming. It was like she was 42 when she passed away. Like she had good innings in fairness to her life. Oh yeah. Oh, unreal. And like I love the fact that she was so hardy and she was such a devil. But if you mention June to any of well, they're not kids anymore, obviously, but anybody that ever had anything to do with her, the first thing they do is start smiling. Oh yeah, she was cool. I liked her. Like, and I love that. That's the legacy that she's left. That's her thing, and I just love it. I love it. Like, but she put manners on me. Like she knocked out my two front teeth. She knocked me out second cold in a cross-country course in Bunclody. I'll never forget. She hit me off a tree. She stopped out in front of a tree. Bing. Oh, she was cheeky, like. But I'd say she taught me more than probably any other horse I've had since. Like, she was just... And I know people will think I'm a bit mad, but... She had the maddest way of knowing when you were in bad form. Like, do you know if something was wrong or something was going on and you'd go out and you'd sit down in the field or you'd sit down in the stable or whatever you do, but she'd come over, right? And it was nearly like she was testing the waters. She'd hit you a little puck and see what the reaction is like with her head. Like, but if she the right reaction, she'd sit her head on your shoulder and she'd just stay there and she'd just stand. Wow. And the amount of times I sobbed into that pony's mane. Oh, Jesus. If she could talk, she'd probably tell me to feck off. Get over yourself. Break it up with a boy. I've been out for 2 days or something mad. Like, but she was just, oh, God. She was just
But isn't
deadly.
that the value of them? Do you know, like the fact that you could go out to the field and you'd have someone that you could go and talk to, but equally you could go and have a laugh with them if you were in that form, and like that they just picked up on it naturally. You didn't have to try. You didn't have to like do anything or tell them anything. Like, it's incredible.
But, like, we debate an awful lot in work like because of the job I do, people assume I'm very peoply. I am actually not. I am quite an
Yeah.
introvert. I'm quite shy in
Yeah.
like I wouldn't do well in like big social situations. Like I can
Yeah.
do this because I feel like I'm talking to you. I forget that other people actually watch and listen to this. So this is
Yeah.
comfortable for me. This I can do. But and I don't know, and actually you will probably be able to explain this way better than I ever would. But I love being around the horses because they ask nothing of me. I just have to be there and that's it. And they don't have expectations. They don't, well, they do if it's feed time or hay time or
Yeah.
they want to come in or they want to go out or those kind of things. Socially, they don't care if I'm in a bad mood. They don't care if I haven't
Yeah.
brushed my hair. They don't give a shit if I have socks on that don't match. Like, but
Yeah.
do you find that relaxes people when they come in because they don't have the expectations of the horses on them?
Yeah, 100%. And like Muireann, I am so alike in that sense because everyone presumes that I'm like such a like extrovert and wanting to go out and meet everyone. But like it takes a lot of social battery to like meet everybody and do all of that because I'm such an
Oh,
introvert. I could not do like a big room
yeah,
full of people comfortably. Like it could take a week to recover. So
no.
like the horses
Oh, yeah.
definitely, yeah. But the horses definitely give us that way to recharge. And like grand, there is loads of research behind it about being in nature and about having that natural connection to it. And that's even ever before the horses come into it. But realistically, everyone has to find some way to like refill that cup. So for us, it's going to be
Yeah,
horses. I know if I went to my sister and said, like, go out there to the farm, she'd be like, no, are you mad? That's going to like absolutely drain my battery. So it's
yeah.
going to be different for everyone. I think we're just very lucky that we found that it was horses that did it for us.
Oh, 100%. Like I often say to my sister, like now I go for counselling. I'm very open about the fact that I go for counselling. My little pea brain
Yeah,
needs to explode every now and again. But I
yeah.
reckon if I didn't have horses, I actually don't know how I'd cope. I
No.
don't know what like I sit up on a horse and my mind goes quiet. And
Mm.
I have never found anything else that I can completely focus on like that. Like there is
Yeah,
something about being on a horse that you have to focus on that horse, regardless if you're going for a hack, if you're going for trot round, if you're on the gallops, if you're doing whatever it is at any
yeah,
given moment, all you can focus on is the horse. And that's it.
yeah, yeah. But I find they demand our focus because I'd be one of those people that like have tried every meditation in the book. And like yourself, I will happily go to therapy and because of the work I do, I have to as well to make sure that like we're okay. Um, but
Yeah.
nothing has grabbed my attention like horses because even when I'm distracted doing something, I have one pony in particular that we bred here. And he's 14. And if I go to do something with him and my mind's on something else, or God forbid I'm on the phone, he will just not do it. There's no way he's moving. It's not happening. And he'll dig his heels in and he'll be like bound as brass. There's no other way to say it. But the minute I
I
focus,
love
yeah, the minute I focus and I'm like all about him, he's like, yeah, okay, come on. And it's incredible. And he just drags me right back into the moment. I've no
I
choice
do.
other than to be in the moment with him.
Years.
Yeah, yeah. And the same pony, like
Oh, I
yourself,
just
like
love that. I love it.
it's incredible. But the same pony like yourself, you could go out to the field and be so upset about something, and he'll just like stand there and wait for you to just have your moment and to go through all the feelings, and he'll be a gentleman. But I'll tell you, if your mind's racing, he'll be the first to pull you back.
Oh, I love it though. Like they're such levelers. They're such
They
levelers.
are.
They take no shit from anybody. They just
No.
I just love it. I genuinely think, and again, I know like very privileged. Like I can walk out my back door and sit with a horse. But I love that you're trying so hard to make that for everybody, because we all deserve it, regardless of what's
Yeah.
going on. Everybody deserves to have something that is our horses to us. Let that be a horse,
Yeah.
let that be out in nature, let that be swimming, whatever it is. Everybody deserves to find that something. And like, I'd love to know. I might actually put a post up after this. I'd love to know first horse and pony stories. I'd say there's some absolute dingers out there. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to
Yeah.
know those real funny, like, oh, they like, and I know, and I am not stereotyping in any way, shape, or form, but it always makes me think of like little fat Shetlands trotting around the place, and
Yeah. Yeah.
like sport,
Yeah.
like that is of no disrespect to any Shetlands. I love Shetlands. I
No,
grew
no.
up with them.
Yeah.
I do.
Shetland owner here, happily. No, but absolutely.
Yeah, how
And
many horses would you have then?
we have 5. They just
Okay.
kind of keep appearing more, and I don't know. There's 5 of them now anyway. But they are all incredible, to be fair to them.
I
So
love
we've
it.
a bit of a mixed bag. We have 3 of them are from the animal sanctuary or the animal welfare down in Cove, who do incredible work,
Oh
and they were
wow,
so good to help us.
they do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were so good to help us find the right fit for the work that we were doing, and to like trial a little bit just to make sure that the horses were happy in the work as well. So they were like top class and
yeah.
helping us out with that. And then we have Barney, who's like yourself. He's the one that I write everything about, and he's the one with all the stories. So he's 14, and he's my therapy pony, while all of the others are everybody else's. And then
Yeah.
we have the lovely Jesse, who just came to us before Christmas. So I can't even say that I own him. He's more
Oh,
rehomed here. Um, he has the most incredible owner,
he's beautiful.
um, and
Like
he's
they're all
stunning.
beautiful, but
But
golly, he's
yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah, Jesse is stunning. And he used to be a show jumper. He's 27 this year, and he is a gentleman. He's just so sweet. And his incredible owner is now our therapeutic riding coach, so they can get to continue to work together. And Jess
Oh
can still
wow.
kind of take his time and retire, but retire
Oh,
while still like
no.
having a little bit of work, you know?
Oh, I love that. Oh, isn't
Yeah,
that just gorgeous? Like that right there is what dreams are made of. Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
it's
We're
just
so lucky
lovely.
to find them. Yeah.
Maybe myself, Laura, when are you home? I'm
Yeah.
going to appear down on your doorstep tomorrow morning. Like, you should I here for a while, ladies?
Happily.
Shock question, Arnold. You'll appear out and I'll be sitting in your field, like I'm just relaxing for a while. I won't, I promise. I promise. I will tell you before
And
I
do you
come
know
down.
what? It wouldn't be
I
the
know that
strangest
Shane
thing
has
to
been
happen
down.
here in a day. It's all right.
I love that. I love that. So I have actually waffled on for way longer than I meant to waffle on for, shockingly enough. So I'll see if I can pull up a couple of the, no, I get it on my phone, a couple of the questions, the quick fire questions. And I'll throw those at you. Of course, again, just not organized. Sarah, I apologize. Sarah is going to put me back in shape when she comes back, because she is way better at organizing than anything. I have to be fair to her.
You can pick
She
one
does
off
it
the top of your
very,
head
very
if you
well.
want.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, if you could instantly master one skill, what would it be?
Oh, um, do you know what? I'd love to be like a naturally relaxed person. Like not to be like
Oh
stressing
no.
about doing stuff, or like wanting to like help, like step in and jump in to help someone straight away, like letting them do it.
Oh,
Because I spend so much of my day being like, no, take a step back, they're fine, they can do it, that kind of way. So I'd like to naturally do that. I think I'd save so much energy.
that'd be lovely. That would be
I know.
lovely. I would quite like that now, I have to say. That would be lovely. Do
Yeah.
you know what? I'd love. I have really, really strange OCD. My house
Okay.
could be falling apart. Like falling.
Okay.
Well, no. Like I'd be funny. I don't mind mess, but I don't like clutter. Things have to be in a place and I
Okay.
have to know where the place is. But I'd love to have a little bit less of that because I find, and it's definitely the older I get, the worse I'm getting. If people don't put things back in where I perceive is the right place, I'm like, well, that's
Yeah.
not where it goes. That's a silly place.
Yeah.
And it could be the most logical place for it, but in my head, that's not where it goes. No,
Yeah.
no. And like, I'm on the yard 2 days a week, and it is not my yard. It is
Yeah.
not my place to be saying where anything goes in that yard. Like, it's ridiculous,
You
Carol,
see,
to be
that's
fair.
where my relaxed skills would come in handy there. I'd just be like completely relaxed if someone did that. I wouldn't be having the same reaction as you like I do every day.
Oh, now, like, there was a horse going home today, and I was looking for hoof oil. Scary. Like, there was 10 other hoof oils, but there wasn't the one I always use because it wasn't back in the same place. And like, Claire was laughing at me. She was like, Muireann, it's all gone. I threw it out. I said, but that's okay. As long as it wasn't put back in somewhere different. What does my bloody brain would love to know? What is your ultimate comfort movie or book? Or do
Oh,
you have one?
I don't have a comfort book. I'm not much of a reader. I like listen to like audiobooks instead.
Audiobooks. I
Which
love a good
got me through
audiobook.
a lot of college. Yeah. A comfort movie is probably like Harry Potter,
Wait.
I think. Yeah, I think Harry
Oh, good
Potter.
call.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
call. This is well, I suppose I was going to say it's off topic, but it's not really. Do you still listen to a lot of audiobooks?
Yes, yeah.
Have you tried BorrowBox? So
No.
BorrowBox is available from your local library, but it's a free system. So it's like a free version of Audible, basically. But you do it through
Oh my
your
God.
local library. You sign in, and all the books are free to download. There you go. It's a tip for
That
you.
is amazing. Yeah, thank you.
Very random, I know, but there's
No, I
I
love
put
that. That's
on
brilliant.
the link for it. I use it all the, all the time. Do you know, it's funny. We were talking about, I listen to an awful lot of books. I like listening to books when I'm lunging horses or if I'm mucking out
Yes.
stables or doing those type of
Yeah,
things
yeah.
that it's just background noise. But I listened to a book lately, and bear with me because I know this is random, but it's called I'm Glad My Mom Died. And it's
Oh,
Jeanette McCurdy. Um,
oh yes. I've
what
heard of
was
this.
Eadaoin. Now it's no comedy and it's very real and it's
Mm.
very raw, but I've actually listened to it twice more since the first time. Oh my word. Like I don't think anything has ever opened my eyes to the real reality of Instagram versus real life more than that book has. Like the
Oh wow.
outside perceptions looking in and what
Mhm.
that woman went through and how she handled it and how she's come out the other side of it. Absolutely mind blown. Like
Oh my God. Adding that to my
she
list
is,
though.
oh, do, and it's on BorrowBox because I listen to it on BorrowBox, but it is absolutely now the right headspace for it. Like it's really, some of it is
Mhm.
really, really hard and it's hard to listen to, but just so powerful. So powerful. And then
Mhm.
if I just want to switch off any of the Seven Sisters books, like
Oh
start me in the
really?
middle, start me at the end. I'd listen to any of them
Yeah,
47 times. I love them. I just love them. Um, right. Do you have a right and wrong of the week for us? Or the
yes,
month?
I
Or
do.
the year?
Yeah, that's fair. They're all blending into one now. Um, my right of the week,
Yeah.
the thing I'm most looking forward to is I'm actually heading down to Helen O'Hanlon's on Friday. And I know it sounds like work to be bringing the horses out, but it's so not. Like for us to head out,
Oh,
bring
I'm
one of our
so
ponies down to
jealous.
her. Yeah, yeah, I've been down to her once or twice before, and she's incredible. So excited to
Oh,
head down there Friday. That is definitely my right of the week. Like I'm so looking forward to it.
oh, I want to see
Yeah,
all the videos, all the photos. I want to
yeah,
feel like I'm there, Eddie. I am so
yeah,
jealous. I'd
yeah,
love to
yeah.
be
It's
there.
incredible. Yeah. So that was my right of the week. My wrong of the week. I don't know if ye have been getting the same weather as us yesterday and today, and I know I can't complain too much because we
Oh,
got a nice weekend. But my wrong of the week is the Irish weather. Like it has just been kicking my ass yesterday. Between thunder and
yeah.
lightning and downpours, like I can work through most weather, but when there's thunder and lightning, it's all off. And you're just sitting in the yard going, what are you gonna do? So that's my wrong of the
But you
week.
know what? That is very funny because we were trying to get, we knew we could see the rain coming this morning, and we were trying to get
Yeah.
as many of the horses just out, just movement before this
Yeah.
torrential rain arrived. And Claire said to me, "Will you stick one of the horses in the paddock? I'll go up and make his tea." And you know, the essential parts of the day, we have to have a
Yeah.
cup of tea and the chat. So Claire walked into the house in a t-shirt and came out of the house with a jumper, a jacket, and a hat. And it was torrential. And then the thunder
Oh
started,
God.
and the water flooded, and the arena, then there was like a film of water over the top of it. And the two of us were
Yeah.
standing in the middle of the yard going, they say working with horses is glamorous, don't they? Like,
Yeah.
what happened
Yeah.
here? I was in the arena in my t-shirt 10 minutes ago, like,
Yeah.
oh, gee, it will blow your mind. And then between the heat and the bloody horseflies driving me
Yeah.
insane.
That's it.
Actually, I think that's my bloody wrong of this week. I hate horseflies. Anybody that can
Yeah.
give me any weird tips for to get rid of them. I eat all the garlic. I
Yes.
flay up, like spray all the fly spray. I do all the
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
but they just eat me. They
No,
just, and I'm
they're
allergic to them. So
everywhere.
I come out and big, oh,
Oh
Jesus, they
no.
drive me mad. Oh, yeah. Oh, I look like, I don't know what I look like actually. Like I swell in like giant lumps, and I must have, like, I have shares in some vinegar company because the only thing that takes the sting out is vinegar on top of, oh, Jesus. Although I did read a really interesting article. You know those they're like the long stemmy weeds, but they look like they have little purple, like pretty little purple heads on them. I can't remember
Oh
what they
yes.
were called.
I don't know what they're
Their
called, but we
Latin
have
name.
a few of them.
Well, now keep those because they are actually an antidote to horsefly bites. You're supposed to
Oh no
squeeze the
way.
juice out and put them on the bite, and it takes the sting out of them. So now, all about the tips tonight.
Amazing. And that tip is a lot more useful than I fear mine is going to be because we had this conversation about horseflies on the yard only a few days ago. And I was chatting to Sally, our therapeutic riding coach. And then I came across this TikTok of a dog that had, I think it was like a grasshopper or a dragonfly or something like that, like a fake one hanging off of his collar. And apparently it keeps the horse flies away.
Yeah.
So we're so close to just all walking around with those like sticking out of our
Oh
like hats
my
or
word.
something at this stage
Okay.
because we were like anything to get rid of them. So I'll let you know if it works. We might look ridiculous in the meantime.
Oh well, I would. Oh, do you know what? Anything at this, like literally anything at this stage. And my right of the week, my right of the week this week is, so this year is the big owl year in our house. I am turning 40 and my husband
Yeah.
is turning 50. And I have a niece and a nephew that are all turning 18 that make me feel very old.
Amazing.
And we are having a barbecue here at home this weekend. And it's just the family. And I am really looking
Amazing.
forward to it. Just chilling out. Right now, it's probably going to absolutely lash rain. But I don't care. I don't actually care.
Yeah.
We have a big out sitting room. People can sit on the floor. They can eat off their laps. I'm just really looking forward to just sitting and like there's no pressure. I didn't even like Mommy was getting on to me. What time? She whatever time you want. We turn on the barbecue in the evening. People arrive, we'll feed them. When they want to go home, they can go home. I don't actually.
Brilliant.
I just want to just sit for an hour and just be around family and friends and have them here and just chill out. Just be here
that.
for a while.
Absolutely.
And just, really looking forward to it now, I have to say. There's a couple of my friends coming over and just chilling, just actually relaxing for the sake of relaxing. I like I was laughing before I said to me, what do you do with the horses? I said, no, they're part of it. They have to stay there. We can't have a family event without them.
No.
Well, AJ will be stuck in the middle of it anyway. Roving devil, that one. But no, so that is my right of the week for this week. So I'm looking forward to that.
Amazing.
I'm going
that
to drive
sounds so good.
Oh no, I'm going to put up so many pictures. I've already decided. And like I am one of those proper influencer. I nearly get a selfie stick just to annoy my daddy, like just like take photos and drive mad.
Well, I'm here for it all. I want to see all of it.
I'm going to be sending you photos of the barbecue and you send me photos of Helen's.
Yeah.
But I'm so complete FOMO up here. I will actually go down to one of her clinics. I've done some of her online courses and they're just amazing. She's unreal in fairness to her. Muir, if anybody wants to find out more about getting lessons or going down to the yard or even just having a chat to yourself about what's going on, where is the easiest place that they can reach out?
Do you know what? Instagram is pretty good shout in terms of reaching me. We're just Suil Liom on Instagram and on Facebook. And then my phone number and email and all of that is on our social medias as well. So hopefully wherever you look, you'll find us. Hopefully that helps.
I will tag in all of these as well, just to make sure that people get a good instinct of being able to contact you, because you should. And you should go down for the crack. Myself and Laura are going to knock great crack out with. We have like an Equitas team building day and get the entire advisory board to go down. That'd be some crack. Like
happily, I'll get the barbecue out and everything. We'll have a proper day of it.
We should actually do that. That'd be great. Eadaoin, thank you so very much. It was an absolute pleasure, as always, to be having the chats and finding out more about you.
Not at all. Thank you. It was so easy going. It just put my nerves right at ease. So thank you so much.
This is a good one now. So you'll be able to listen back to this on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. And we will tag Eadaoin and make sure that all of the contact details are there if you want to find out a little bit more or have a chat with herself. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you all again next week.